This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion
Crawl.
Magi.
Little kids got naked and had lots of sex.
Don't even waste your time.
Hello, welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 42. My name is Adam. Today I'm joined by Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
Irritable.
Irritable? Okay.
Irritable.
Is that just feeling irritable or having an irritable bowel, or
Feeling irritable.
is there reasoning behind this?
Chelsea.
Uh-huh.
Chelsea.
Okay, I got you. Ryan is joining us today. How are you, Ryan?
I'm pretty good.
Feeling good? You're not feeling irritable because of Arsenal.
I'm feeling great about Arsenal.
You're an asshole.
Well,
I like how you just go, well.
Well, what can you do? What movie did we have you watch this week, Ryan?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. In honor of Red Dawn, we had you watch the original 1984 version of Red Dawn, directed by John Milius. This stars a slew of young actors at the time: Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey, Harry Dean Stanton, who was old back then. So
That guy's been old forever.
and as long as I've ever seen him in movies, like I remember seeing him in Repo Man. Was it Man or Men?
Man.
Man, Repo Man. And
He was
old
born
in
in
that.
1926. Oh my god.
But to his credit, I guess, he still looks the same.
Yes, he
He's
does.
looked the same since the early 80s.
It's ridiculous.
It's incredible. Powers Booth is also in this. Let me read the synopsis here. It is the dawn of World War III. In Midwestern America, a group of teenagers bands together to defend their town and their country from invading Soviet forces. We have a trailer here, so let's give this a listen. This is Red Dawn.
What's going on here, my friend?
This is the emergency broadcast system. We are under attack by conventional forces of the Russian army. It is believed the lead waves were disguised as commercial charter flights. Communications have broken down with other parts of the country. Large areas of the Midwest may have been overrun.
They know who all of you are. They're looking for you.
You're 40 miles behind enemy lines.
I just want to go home.
They took a lot of people away.
Where's my dad, Mr. Eckert?
I want to love somebody, Andy. I'm gonna die before it happens.
They're gonna kill us. All of us.
So why should we be different?
Because we live here.
Okay. I think there's just a lot of shooting after that. Ryan, why don't you tell us about this? What'd you think?
Ah,
It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign. Can't wait.
it was basically a movie about two douchebags from what the hell? I'm not thinking right now. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh my god, what was... Okay. It's basically two people from Dirty Dancing. One crazy guy and a chick from Back to the Future and a couple unknown people. And it's terrible.
Now, I never saw this. This is like one of these cult classics, and I never saw it, so I figured I'd give it a watch too. So I also watched it for the first time this week, and I'd probably agree with you that I I hated it.
It's not. It doesn't happen a lot to me. Like, I don't see propaganda movies for propaganda purposes, but I'm thinking this was definitely one of them because it kind of makes it out that if you're American, you can fight the whole fucking Cuban and Soviet armies.
Yeah,
And win.
well, not only that, but you can be a high schooler.
Yeah.
And do it. That was the best thing. It's a group of like essentially high school kids. I don't think Swayze's in high school.
Nah, he's like
He's the older brother of Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he's what's his name from oh my god, no, I can't think again. What the hell's that movie? Oh my dear lord.
Well, give us a hint and we can probably tell you what it is.
We can help you out. You just gotta give us some clues.
Matthew McConaughey.
Dazed and Confused.
Yes. He's basically that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a washed up football player that's like those high school kids. At least that's what I got from
it. Kind of, but the thing about this movie is they don't really get into the backstory of these characters too much.
They don't really get into the backstory of a whole lot of things.
Yeah, they opt out for any kind of character development and go for nothing but explosions and shooting. This movie was the first PG-13 movie ever made, and at one time it held the Guinness Book of Records for the most violent film.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems very objective.
Well, I guess the way that they did it was they counted the number of acts of violence per hour.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of broke it down like that. This movie has 134 acts of violence per hour, or 2.23 per minute.
Wow.
And according to Wikipedia, the DVD special edition of this has an on-screen carnage counter. I mean, like, these kids are no joke. They fucking mow down these soldiers. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of soldiers.
And it's just them two? It's just the two. Or the four of them.
It's like 6 or 8 of them, right? Yeah. It's Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey, this couple other kids that I'm not sure who they are. Yeah. And then eventually Powers Booth joins up with them too.
So is Caroline in the city like shooting people in the face and slitting throats and stuff?
Yes.
Get the hell out of here.
They all do.
Is there does there come a point where they all just like sort of snap and they're covered in blood and stuff? Like it's smeared across their faces and everything?
They drink deer's blood.
Yeah, there is a scene where they drink. Yeah.
And in the scene, the kid that drinks it, he's like covered in blood. Like he's fucking. I can't think of the book now. What book am I thinking of? The Little Kids on the Island.
Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Yeah, this definitely has kind of that vibe to it, that Lord of the Flies vibe, where they call themselves the Wolverines, because I think that's their high school mascot, and they take to the woods and live in the woods, and every day they wake up and they go kill a bunch of commies, and then they go back to the woods.
So, here's my question. First of all, when they go and kill these people and liberate other people, why don't they have those people they liberated join up with them?
Well, I think that at some point more people do join up with them, but yeah, I don't know why they don't.
Where's the army doing all this? Does America just not have an army for some reason? And we're just letting the high school kids take care of it?
Apparently, these people were paratroopered into...
And that's the other question I have. who the fuck would go in through Colorado?
Apparently, Cuba and the Soviet Union.
Yeah, like
Because it was so vital. It was
their planes just go undetected.
It was apparently a vital attacking point.
I think that they did try to explain that in the movie. I can't remember.
It's a very
I think
strategic area, Colorado.
Yeah, I think Powers Booth kind of explained it, because Powers Booth is he was a military guy. He was a pilot, and he, I guess, crashed in their area or something, and they saved him.
And then he saved them.
Yes. He saved them on a physical and a spiritual level.
So, is there like a scene where like they're at the Pentagon or whatever, and they're like Soviets and Cubans are invading, but a couple of high schoolers are fighting them off, and the Pentagon's just like, hey, yeah, we'll just go with that for a while.
No,
there's no
see how this plays out.
There's no Pentagon anymore. That shit doesn't exist in this movie.
One thing that I did like was the initial invasion scene where it just shows the kids in the high school, and all of a sudden you look outside and you see like hundreds and thousands of soldiers parachuting into like their high school lawn. They're like, what is going on here? And then the soldiers just start randomly shooting into the high school, killing kids.
That's what I did.
And then
this seems like the most ridiculous story in the world.
After they stop shooting, they're just like, I think we did enough here. We'll just let everyone else escape.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was one of the things that I was confused about, because at one point, near the beginning of the movie, after they're hiding out in the woods for a little while, they go back into the town, which is occupied by the enemy, and the enemy just lets them walk around and go into stores and stuff and do whatever.
There's a lot of holes in the story.
Oh
Sounds like there's a shit ton.
Yeah,
not
it's
just a couple.
It is the most basic, like, really the only point of watching this movie is to see people get killed. That's like the only point. They try to
carnage.
They try to make these sentimental moments where they're like real serious, but it's so cheesy and poorly acted and poorly scripted.
That was another thing I really didn't care for, the terrible acting.
Oh, it was awful. I mean, like, these are some fairly big name people nowadays, but I guess back then these were all really early roles for these people.
Well, this was Charlie Sheen's first role.
Yeah.
First credited role.
But the thing is, like, he wasn't that bad in this. But he wasn't that good either.
And which is odd, because this is 1 year after The Outsiders, which 3 people in Red Dawn are in The Outsiders. C. Thomas Howell, Patrick Swayze, and Darren Dalton.
Swayze was really bad in this.
It's like, when they were acting, a lot of times I felt like they had to think about what they were going to say. Only as they were thinking about it, they let the cameras roll.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, it's painfully bad, and the script is just awful. It's so sappy. Like, the whole, like, Avenge Me scene with Harry Dean Stanton.
There's an Avenge Me scene?
Yes. Yes. Because Harry Dean Stanton is their dad, and he's, like, stuck in this kind of camp prison thing. And they go talk to him, and then they leave, and he's like, "Avenge me! Avenge me!"
He's not. So he's not even dead at the time. Is he dying? Is he dying?
No.
Like from like a wound or anything?
No.
No.
He's just in there.
Avenge me for being locked up. Oh, goodness.
And there's an overabundance of crying and sobbing in this movie that annoyed me.
And I really hated towards the end how the main Cuban I guess you could call him a general. He got killed, and the second in command was like, yeah, well, that's cool. I'm done. I'm done fighting.
He just gave up. He's like, all right, I'm going home. Screw this. I'm out.
I wish they had a sequel where it was just a movie of him walking back. Just walking back to Cuba. Going to the Gulf and getting a boat and going back to Cuba.
With his head.
So I had next question, because I'm thinking, okay, you're saying that this is a propaganda type movie. It's the 80s. They're fighting Cubans and Soviets. How stereotypical are the Cubans and the Soviets?
Extremely.
Yeah, I'd say they're pretty.
I mean, they're not.
They also have a touch of Mexican. They have a few Mexicans, and they're stereotypical as well.
Yeah, and they're dumb too. They make them really dumb. I mean, obviously, if it's
Oh yeah, they invaded Colorado, the most strategic of all of the United States of America.
Yeah, I mean they kill him pretty easily, but it might be worth seeing to check out Jennifer Grey on like a big M60 machine gun and stuff. It's kind of funny.
So they lose the high school kids.
Yeah.
Or does like the army come in at the last moment and like
No,
heroically
I was waiting for the army to come in, but they never came.
They were too busy doing other things.
Well, I think what happened was the Soviets invaded key points of the country. I guess areas that they thought they could easily take and set up like bases and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they invaded, the rest of the country kind of broke away and set up like safe zones.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the army was trying to figure out what to do at that point with the area.
Here's another question I have. These mountains in Colorado were supposedly invaded because they were a strategic point, but then when they got to the mountains, they were like, oh, fuck that, no one's up there. We'll just leave the mountains alone. We'll just let people live up there and congregate and form their own army.
Yeah, I mean, that just kind of goes along with the whole plot hole thing and the ridiculous amounts of plot holes that are in this movie. We can briefly talk about John Milius, the director. After doing Red Dawn, he pretty much just did TV stuff, TV movies.
Yeah. He did Conan the Barbarian before Red Dawn.
Yeah, he did Conan the Barbarian. I'm sure that's how he got the Red Dawn gig, and I think that Red Dawn was very expensive at the time to make. I think it made a decent amount of money. But
and the one writer, Kevin Reynolds, went on to direct the greatest film of all time, Waterworld.
Oh, yes.
So there is a shit ton of talent in this movie.
Now, Ryan, what do you think about the new Red Dawn, the remake?
I haven't really seen it. Actually, last night, right after I watched this movie, I saw the first trailer that I actually paid attention to. I'm kind of upset that I paid attention to it. Because it looks fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah, I agree. It does look terrible.
Yeah,
in the remake, the Swayze characters, Chris Hemsworth, and the Charlie Sheen character is Josh. What's his name?
Hutcherson? Is it Hutcherson? Or Peck?
No. Yeah, he's in it, but that's not the same.
Josh Peck?
Josh Peck. Yeah, Josh Peck, I believe, plays the Sheen character. I think the C. Thomas Howell characters, that's Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays the Powers Booth character.
Yeah. So, I don't know too much about the remake as far as how closely it's going to stick with this one, but
hopefully not closely at all.
Well,
I mean,
isn't
there's
this
not-
one? It's North Koreans, right? They changed it to North Koreans.
yeah, it was originally China, but they went back and digitally altered everything in the movie to make it North Korean. Now, see, this is another one of these movies that's been sitting on the shelf for years and years. Like, this movie was actually filmed before Chris Hemsworth did Thor. So
Wow.
it's been sitting there for years. I think this is one of those movies.
Perfect time to roll it out.
Yeah. I think this is one of those movies that, was it MGM when they ran into financial problems? I think that this is one of those that got affected by that.
I also enjoyed this movie, how, like, they get through, like, one battle they get through, and a couple people die, and right afterwards they're like, nope, I'm done. I'm turning myself in. Why did you do that? So you get shot for absolutely no reason?
Yeah,
Still
like
makes sense.
Well, I think the biggest thing that doesn't make sense is how the Soviets went about doing this is because they killed a lot of people, but then a lot of people they just let go. It was like completely random.
Just let them.
Yeah, like some people they just let go. Like they just let them go do whatever, and then some people they just shot.
Because apparently those people had guns. And they would have to people that had guns.
Yeah, but like in those scenes when they were lining the people up and shooting them, there was like women in there and stuff. It's like, come on.
And I also enjoy it when every time they go somewhere and fuck it up, they spray paint Wolverines on everything. Number one, where did you get the spray paint from? Number two, where do you get the time to do that? Number three, there's 6 of you. Why do you have the balls to do that?
They were badasses. Clearly.
They just don't care, man. Whatever.
Clearly, they were badasses.
Fucking baby. Baby in the Sways.
I was really disappointed in Swayze in this movie. I thought he was not too good. Not too good.
Little bit of a disappointment from the
I
Sways.
I think the movie in general was a pretty big disappointment for me. There's nothing to it. Like
It sounds awful.
Like what
It
Ryan
sounds
was
absolutely terrible.
Like what Ryan was saying about how the remake, he hopes that it doesn't have anything to do with this one. There's only one thing that would relate this, and that's somebody invading us. Like that's the only thing you need.
Yeah.
Because that's all there is to it. All right, Ryan, any other thoughts before we give you your drum roll?
This movie sucks.
Good point.
Okay. All right, Ryan, what do you give Red Dawn?
We're also gonna add Patrick Swayze to the list of people that I'm going to fight.
Oh, okay. From beyond.
Mark that down.
You gonna
So
fight him from beyond the grave?
You want to fight P. Sways?
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted.
He can't be a zombie. Because I can't deal with that shit.
You have to hop in your time machine, I think.
Yeah. I hear you're warming it up.
Yeah, I hear the turbines. All right, Ryan, what do you give Red Dawn 1984?
5.
That's a 5 out of 10 for Red Dawn. That's actually somewhat higher than some of your other stuff, but I can see that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Why it would be.
I thought it was going to be lower, but I can understand the 5.
I mean, compared to most of the stuff we give him, this was like a real movie.
True.
It had a very impressive cast. It just was so pointless. It's just nonstop, and the action's not even good. I mean, maybe it was good for 84.
How is the carnage?
A lot of people die. Like hundreds of people die. But
Hundreds.
It reminds me a lot of one of those like those cheesy Chuck Norris movies, or like some cheesy action movie.
It does sort of sound like one of those where Chuck Norris
I mean,
saves the entire country by himself
yeah, it's pretty terrible. So.
because he's unstoppable. So was this like a birthday present to yourself, Adam?
Yeah, Red Dawn was
Red Dawn.
that was the birthday present to myself.
Happy birthday to the guy.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Red Dawn.
Happy birthday to the fucking toilet.
And I'm gonna top that off with going to see Twilight today.
You are shitting.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
You're not doing it? Okay, good.
No, I wouldn't. Even if I did decide to go see it, I wouldn't know what's going on because I haven't seen any other ones.
But maybe you'll get lucky and it'll be like with me with Bond.
I
Maybe it'll be like
doubt
the
that.
greatest Twilight movie ever.
Highly doubt that, sir. All right, I think that wraps it up. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. We want to hear your feedback. Send us an email at feedback@filmpulse.net or call our voicemail line at 850-391-6071. Also, please take a minute to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
And I'm
Join us on Monday for our feature review of Life of Pi.
See you later.
And cue the see ya later.
See you later.
It's the best one. I loved it.